Happy to be joined by one of the big winners last weekend at UFC Tampa, getting it done over Ramon Tavares. It's Davey Grant joining me here on the program. Davey, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? Yes, I'm great. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah, of course. I bet you're doing well. Really dominant performance. Great win in the fight. Did you know, like at one point on the betting odds, I think you were the underdog going in. Now, did that surprise you a bit just with all your experience?
And you know what it is? I'm always the underdog. I
Yeah.
think people always expect me to lose. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that is. But it makes no difference to me.
Okay, fair enough. Other than a finish, could that fight have gone any better?
Not really. I mean, that's what I'm in there for. I like exciting fights. He came there to scrap. That's what I want. And oh yeah, obviously, I mean, I would have preferred to go and get the finish. I'll always be looking for the knockout. It doesn't always come. It was a tough cookie to get out of there. But yeah, really happy with the performance. In all honesty.
Did the fight kind of play out like you thought it would? Kind of looking back on how you figured the fight would unfold.
Yeah. I mean, I thought after watching the fight before, I thought he'd sort of like hang about on the outside a little bit more, but he was like he was keen enough to come and press me in the first round. I thought that I'd be more the one chasing him, but my game plan was to just sort of keep him at range anyway. I thought his best assets is probably like his slick inside boxing. So I thought, well, I'll just keep out of range. And I'll just like frustrate him with my kicks, and then start to land my hands when he starts to get a little bit more frustrated and step into range. And it sort of played out exactly how I thought. And then
Okay.
going into the third round, I think it was, I thought, you know what it is, I'm just going to step into range of them and start to box with them. I felt really comfortable. I felt like I had the hard hands, and I just felt like I had his timing. So honestly, I felt great in there.
Yeah, it looked like it. Again, a great performance. Did you get to enjoy yourself after the fight, or take me through sort of post-fight, the celebrations after the win?
Yeah, so my family came out, my full family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I had like my wife and my three kids. And as soon as I got the fight done, see, I'd never seen them for 6 weeks, and I saw them for the first time after the fight. So we got straight in an Uber and went all the way to Orlando, where my family was staying. And then we've been like going around the Disney parks and Universal Studios for the last couple of days.
Oh, cool.
I've just come back there from Volcano Bay. I've just left the family at Volcano Bay while I come back to do the interviews.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you. Yeah, sorry to take away some family
No,
time. I mean,
no,
that's pretty incredible that you're getting to do that. But got to mention as well. So you hadn't seen your family in 6 weeks. That's pretty crazy. Like, so not even like before the fight. Then they saw you after the fact, or did you see them before, like during fight week?
No, like they got here on the Thursday, but they went straight to Orlando. And then I told my wife, I said, look, I said, if you want to come over after I've got the weigh-ins out the way, and then I'll see you. I'll maybe stay in my own room on the Friday night, and then see you again for breakfast Saturday morning. She said, look, I think I'd rather just keep the kids out the way until you get the fight done, and then we'll just see you afterwards. She just didn't want anything sort of in my headspace when I was preparing for the fight. So. So we decided that it was probably going to be best that they just come to the show, watch me fight, and then I'll see them afterwards. And luckily, everything just worked out perfectly.
That's good. Yeah, and I know that can be tough. I got two boys, so I can understand not seeing the family and that for 6 weeks. That's crazy. But again, probably keeps you laser focused on the opponent. Don't have to worry about anything else. It's just like, I got to fight. This is the reason I'm doing this, is to feed those kids, right? So it makes sense.
Exactly, that's it. And perfectly.
What do you got planned for the holidays? Obviously, we're coming. Well, you're enjoying some time there, but do you got anything interesting planned after this?
No, I mean, so we'll be home at the weekend, and then it'll just be a nice, quiet, like family-orientated Christmas. Like we just like to go and see our parents, and lots of time just eating and just having fun. Like we like to just very, very simple lives, just like board games and nice meals with the family. And I'm just looking forward to getting back. I've seen everyone, all the guys from my gym and everything for the last 6 weeks. So yeah, just a nice family Christmas.
When do you want to get back in there? Again, we just had the fight. I know you're enjoying some family time, but is there sort of like an ideal return date for you?
Oh, as soon as possible, James. Honest.
Okay.
I mean, I've asked for London already. So if the London card's not too full and I can get out 22nd of March, I think it is, that'll be fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
Get back in the gym training and just trying to crack off. I mean, I've got no serious injuries. It's just bumps and bruises. Do you know what I mean?
Good. Okay.
I'll be back training probably in about a week's time.
Yeah. And I know you do your camps in Vegas as well. If you were to fight in London, I guess you wouldn't do that. It probably wouldn't make sense to travel to the US and then come back, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure because
Yeah.
sometimes I go there and then like say if it was like I don't know if I had like 10 weeks, I'd maybe do from say 8 weeks. I'll go and do 4 weeks in Vegas, just so I can get some good training in, clear my headspace. You know, not having to worry about the normal like just running
Yeah.
everything.
Dad life and husband life and all that. It's nice to
Yeah.
just be fighter Davey and then focus on that. I understand. Yeah.
Know what it's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
at home. There's always something to do, isn't there? So it's nice to get
Yeah.
away and I just get back so that I'm not fighting on a jet lag or anything in my own country.
Any opponents of mine, or you just leave that up to your coaches and your management?
I mean, yeah, honestly, I'll fight anyone. They don't even have to tell me. They just tell me a day, I'll turn up and I'll fight. I'm really not worried about opponents at all. But look, Cody Gibson messaged me trying to get that fight back on.
That's right.
So if the matchmakers wanted that fight again, I'm more than happy to that. I know, like I think we both wanted to fight each other, so that would be fantastic. And then, like I mentioned on the interview afterwards, you know, like they asked me, I wasn't like calling out Joe Selva. I was just saying, look, that would be my dream fight. A lot of people,
of course, you're a respectful guy, Davey. They should realize that you're not going out there and saying I demand a fight, whatever. You're just like that would be a fun fight,
Yeah, and like I'm not saying I deserve any sort of fight. I just know who I want to fight, and I think it would be a fantastic, exciting fight. And you know, when you've grown up watching the sport like I have, and you've been, the absolute legends. You know, I've idolized these guys for years. Of course, I want to go and get in there with them. You know, it would just be fantastic just for myself.
Yeah, no, I agree. I got to ask, man, you it seems like every fight you're improving, you're getting better. And, you're one of the older fighters on a roster. And I mean that in a good way. We're around the same age, by the way. So not trying to be ageist by making this comment, but how do you we see a lot of fighters sort of retire at your age. What's your secret? Is it, not sparring as much? Is it eating well? What are some of the ways that you've been able to, prolong your career, so to speak?
Yes, honestly, and I'm really not sure. I mean, I take care of myself. I've been feeling guilty about just eating a few things that I wouldn't usually eat, even just over the last couple of days. My wife's saying, "Look, just don't worry about it. Just eat what you want." So like, I've not been drinking any alcohol or anything. I think that's a big thing. I'm a lunatic when I do drink, so it's not that. There's a couple of reasons I don't drink, but I do train a hell of a lot smarter than what I used to when I was younger. I've been through that many injuries. I try and just really take care of my body, and everything else I'm really not too sure. But like you say, I feel like I'm getting better and better. And I've always said, as long as I still feel like I'm getting better and I can hang with the best guys in the world, then I'll keep fighting. And I've got absolutely no plans of retiring at the moment. Like not even a little bit. I'm not even thinking about it. And while I still love doing the sport, going and having fights like that, I absolutely love it. I love to be in a war, and I can't stop myself from getting in them. Yeah, we'll just keep on going, like literally until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd agree. And again, you fought a much younger opponent, like someone that was on the come up, so again, it probably gives you even more confidence being like, look, these are young guys coming in and I'm still beating them. Right. So,
yeah. Like it's one of the best I've ever felt in there. Honestly, I was telling my coaches, I said, honestly, I felt like I was in the Matrix. I just felt like there was nothing he could have caught me with. I just felt like I was just beating him to the punch and just slipping all his shots, seeing it's coming. I was so relaxed, and it's took so many years to get there. But now I'm finally I think because when I first got signed to the UFC, I was really young and I was really inexperienced, and I found my feet perfectly now, and I just want to keep this going as long as possible.
Yep. No, well said. And you got a couple more fights left on your UFC contract. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, I think I've got one more fight on this current contract.
Okay, that's good. Because, I mean, coming off a big win like that, you could probably even renegotiate for the next one. And the UFC's got to be happy. I mean, they keep, it's not like I don't think you've ever been in a boring fight. Let's put it that way.
No, honestly, I mean, I hope not. And I never, ever want to be in a boring fight. I don't feel like that's my fighting style. And I mean, in all honesty, without sounding sour, I don't think I've lost for a long time. Like I did what the judges have said. I think the last time I got beat hands down was probably by Cheeto, and that was very close. Like
it was, yeah.
Cheeto was like a round and a half each. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, he beat me up bad in that third round, and I just sort of gassed out. There's a lot of different complications in camp and things like that. But again, I won't go back and make excuses and stuff like that. But the last few fights I've had have been like, the losses I've had have been like very close split decisions, which I feel could have definitely gone the other way, especially the Daniel Marcos fight. I feel like I feel like I got hard done by that then. And then the other ones were stoppages, and then another that was like a pretty unanimous decision anyway on the last one. So I feel like I'm still getting the results, and yeah, hopefully the UFC see that, and then we're going to get a good contract and keep fighting for as long as possible.
I'm not going to keep you much longer because, again, family time is important. Don't want to be that guy who's keeping you too long. But I did want to ask you about a couple other fights that are coming up here in the next little bit. I want you to put your analyst hat on. Obviously, the big one in your division, Merab, Umar, bantamweight title, UFC 311. Who do you see taking that? Who do you think gets it done?
Yeah, I think Merab. Honest, I've trained with Merab, and it's crazy how good his gas tank is. I've never known anyone like it. He's so good at mixing it all together and then putting a pace on you that you just can't keep up with. So I think once he puts that pace on Umar, I think it's gonna, because it's probably, I mean, they're both really good wrestlers, and it's obviously that's going to come into a factor. But when you put two good guys together doing wrestling, then cardio seems to be a massive factor. So I can't see Merab getting beat in this fight.
What about the main event, Islam and Arman? Who do you see winning the lightweight title?
You know what it is? I think it's a very, very close fight. I know they fought before, and it was a fantastic bout. I'm going to go with Arman. I'm going to go with Arman, but I think it's going to be close. But yeah, we'll go with Arman for that fight.
Okay, a couple more quick ones here. Yuri Prohaska is fighting Jamal Hill. Who do you see winning that fight?
Oh God. Oh my God, I'm not sure. I think the fans are going to win that fight. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, you can say pass, by the way. If there's ones you want to skip, that's totally fine. Okay, what about Renato Moicano and Beneil Dariush?
God, probably Dariush. I think on that one. I think it's a big step up for Moicano, definitely.
Okay, Israel Adesanya and Nasruddin Imavov. Who's winning that middleweight fight? Imavov's the guy that just beat Brendan Allen. He's the French guy, but he's from Dagestan originally.
Right. Oh God. And I don't like to bet against Adesanya, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go with him.
Okay. What about the middleweight rematch? Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland. Who's winning that?
I'm gonna go with Strickland. I think. I think I just edged it to him the first time round. It was a very, very close fight. And I remember watching when I was watching. I've never gone and watched it back, and I'll be honest, I'm not much of a judge when it comes to fights. Most of the time, I watch fights as a fan, and then if I feel like it's been close, I'll go and watch it again, and I'll try and judge it myself to see if I was being a bit biased. So I think I'll go with Strickland for that one.
Okay, and most important question in this interview: what's your favorite ride at Disney? Oh, did I lose you there? Oh, I lost him. Well, there you go. That's Davey Grant, everyone. Great performance there on UFC Tampa. We'll see if we get him back. If we don't, it's all good. We can end it here. That was pretty much my last question. I had this great question. I was going to ask him what his favorite ride was at Disney World, and he's back, and I'm going to get it here. Davey, just quickly, before we get out of here, favorite ride at Disney World? What's your favorite one so far? Have you been on any?
Yeah, Disney World. Which one was it?
So you can just describe it. I don't even remember the names either. What's your favorite type of ride?
Well, when we went to we went to the what's it called, Universal Studios.
Oh, okay, nice.
The other day, and it was like the new Harry Potter one, the Hagrid's Adventures. Like you sat on a motorbike.
Okay, yep.
I went home with my little daughter. She loves the fast ride. She's only 6 years old, and that was fantastic. It really caught me off guard. A few of the twists and turns in it. So I'll say that one's my favorite. But I know last time I came over, it was the Mummy. So I haven't been on that one again yet. We're going to go there again tomorrow. So we'll go with Hagrid's Magical Adventure or whatever it's called. And
there we go. Davey, thanks for doing this. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? Any sponsors, any social media you want to mention? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, so first of all, I've got like my clothing sponsor, Discipline, and my male sponsors, Easy Prep. They really helped me out with this class camp. And then everybody, all the guys at SBG, all the guys at Syndicate, and the guys at the UFC PI, they were fantastic. They help look after me. I'm coming with new injuries every other day. I bet they're sick to death of me. But yeah, it's definitely all those guys. Thank you very much.